So we're out here at Monument Valley, one of my favorite places, for the Monument Valley Marathon. Starts in about an hour and a half. We are staying at the View cabins, which are awesome. This is our cabin, and I will show you the view that we have. Look at that. That is our view. So there's a start line where the little tent is set up, and it's going to go down and around there through the backcountry, and then 26.2 miles later we'll end up there. So very excited. We got about 15 minutes till race time. Starting to get the jitters. Staring down 26.2. Here we go. So we're a few miles in to the marathon. Had a nice downhill at the start, followed by an uphill, but it's pretty level now. So over there we have the Three Sisters, and then over there, well, I'm not sure what those are called, but there's just massive red rock formations everywhere. It's super cool. It turned out to be a nice day. It was in the low 40s when we woke up. I had layers on. I ended up taking a lot of them off, and I'm glad that I did. Feels like it's about 55 right now and climbing. The cool thing about this marathon is they capped it at 100 runners. So there's only 100 of us doing it. And they have a half and a 10K, but as far as the full marathon goes, I, number 4, which I don't know why I think is funny. But I'm hoping to finish somewhere in the middle of the pack. Like I said, this for me was about enjoying the experience more than it is getting a good time. So that's all I'm trying to do, because this place is awesome. If you ever get a chance to come out here, you got to do it. starting to thin out a little bit. Got a nice straightaway section. So I was thinking probably the reason why there's only 100 marathoners here is because this place is really hard to get to. You know, the closest major city would probably be Phoenix, which is a good 6-hour drive. Even from Prescott, which isn't a big city, but driving up from where we live, it's about a 4.5-hour drive. And a good, 2 hours of that, you're just driving through just remote, basically wilderness. No civilization, no cell phone service, no gas. So, it's definitely not an easy place to get to. And it wouldn't even be along the way anywhere. But having said all that, it is well worth it to go out of your way to see this place. Because, like most places like this, pictures and video just don't do it justice. When you're standing up, you're standing down, looking up at, 3, 4, 500 feet, just spikes of rock. It's pretty awesome. It's otherworldly. That's a cool looking cluster of rocks up ahead. There's actually Navajo people that live down here. It's amazing. I guess this is a rain god mesa. But no running water, no electricity. It's just very primitive. There are people that live here. It's pretty amazing. But we got a split coming up. Half full. Wow, we're doing the full. Just the way that the rocks look against the blue sky, so awesome. Now the sun's kind of coming out from the clouds, it really just illuminates the rock formations that much more. It's gorgeous. Just to give you an idea of what we're running on. All sand. So, not an easy course by any means. If I finish anywhere in the 4s, I'll be very happy. High 4s, maybe low 5s, but somewhere in the 4s would be nice. So we had just passed a private road a little bit ago, and I was wondering if that's where some of the Navajo lived, and it looks like it is. You can see their huts over there. How cool is that? So it looks like we're going through another little village here. Down on the res, as they call it. That's crazy. Little basketball hoop. This is so cool. Look at that. Can you imagine living down here? I mean, it's beautiful, but it's a totally different way of life for these people. Amazing. I guess they'll get around by horse. Makes sense. Beautiful. This weir's going through thick sand right now. It makes it pretty brutal to run in, but it is what it is. Awesome cave looking, to say, moccasin arch. Look at that. Holy cow. It's so cool. Makes all the sand worth it. See stuff like that. Wow. It's amazing. Feeling good so far. About 7 miles in. Right at an hour. So if I keep that up, that'll put me right in that 4-hour range that I'm looking for. Man, just the way the light hits the rock. I hope the camera's picking it up because it is breathtaking. Literally, because of my breath. Wow. We're pretty much right in the heart of the backcountry area now. This is the stuff that's off limits to the public, usually. It's super cool that we get to run through it. It's like, how many people get to do this? Not many. Very lucky. Absolutely incredible. That is a massive natural bridge up there on the top of that rock formation. That is so beautiful. Wow. Not much to say, just taking it all in. Trying to capture all the rock spires behind me. There's another natural bridge over there. It's like the third one I've seen down here on the res. So when you come to Monument Valley, there's a valley drive. It's just like a dirt road. And you don't need a high clearance vehicle to make it. You can make it in a little car, but I think it's a 12-mile or so loop that follows a lot of the rock formations and buttes and everything. It's very pretty. So the race started on that road, the Valley Drive, but it split off, I think, when the half and the full split. The full went into the backcountry, which is where we are now. And this is just amazing. I'm so glad it turned out to be a nice day. It's perfect weather, blue skies. Couldn't ask for anything more for mid-November. I think it snowed back in PA this week. Not here. It is still beautiful temperatures here in the Southwest. The night skies out here have to be incredible. Hoping it'll be clear tonight. We had it was cloudy last night when we got in, so couldn't see too many stars, but the moon was incredibly bright. It actually illuminated the monuments that we could see out of our cabin. So pretty. But hoping that we can see some stars tonight. If the skies stay like this, should be out. It's been a mixture of sand, dirt, and rock for the last couple of miles. Going uphill a little bit. This is about to be cool. Unbelievable. So this terrain is brutal, but the views are spectacular. But I just feel like I'm just trudging along through, I don't even know. Like every step I'm sinking into the dirt a little bit and you gotta pull yourself out. But this makes it worth it. About a third of the way through, so So far, so good. Just trying not to overexert myself too much. Just keep a smart pace. So far I've been doing a good job of that in spite of the terrain. It's cool seeing the different colored bushes, you know, against the red sand, red rock, and blue sky. I love it. It's funny, I turn the camera off and then a minute later find more cool stuff I want to get on film. There's a cool little cave built into the side of the rock. And then over here, look at that rock formation. Almost looks like the wave. Little gate. Not sure what that's for. They have these tiny little pink flags that mark our course. There's a spot a mile or so ago where it forked off and I couldn't see where the flags were. So I had to take a guess. But I guessed right. You know, I'm not trying to get lost out here. Man, look at how blue the sky is. Incredible. Another natural bridge. Might have been the same one that I saw from the other side. So what do we got here? I'm guessing it's this way because that's where runners are going. Oh geez. They talked about this at the expo last night. How we get to climb a sand formation. And there it is. That's cool. We're going to be going under the tunnel. That is so cool. Wow. Look at that. Amazing. It's the hardest part so far. Oh. Holy crap. My shoes are filled with sand. But look at that. That is amazing. It was a lot easier coming down than it was coming up. But I'm gonna have to empty my shoes out at the bottom. Holy crap. That was awesome. Oh. Just bombed a hill. Felt great. So there's another junction back there where it wasn't very well marked. Luckily, I caught another runner, so I had to backtrack 100 feet or so. So, good thing. We're approaching another aid station. So my shoes are covered in sand. Again, it's alright though. It actually feels kind of good, like cushiony on the feet. Just wish I didn't have to work so hard for each step. That's pretty over there. I am not certain if I'm on the right path or not, because there is nobody around me. I know it loops back at some point. So I might have to figure that out here in a little bit. We'll go past this formation and see. Definitely saw a flag coming down this road. So I would think this is it, but I'm not sure. See? Flag. So I guess we're right. It's all part of the adventure. Over there. So I've done a few marathons now, and there's a guy behind me, so I think we're good. There's a guy. All right, we're good. We're on the right trail. Doing marathons, any kind of long runs, are all about claiming small victories. Like, you can't think about 26 miles, or 26.2 miles, or whatever your distance is. You go crazy. Really, especially in a place like this, you just have to think about it like you're just going on a big adventure on your feet. That's it. That's all it is. It's just an adventure. And if it takes 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, doesn't matter. It's about finding the small victories and pushing yourself to achieve your goal, whatever it may be. And if it takes 6 or 7 hours, it's not a bad way to spend the day. You think about how most people spend 6 to 7 hours, watching TV or playing video games or laying on the couch. And there's nothing wrong with those things, but if you think of it like that, like you're doing something that not a lot of people get to say they do. So that kind of helps me when I'm not feeling it to keep pushing forward. Oh, someone behind me. Look at that. Paramedic. Hope everyone's okay. Don't know what those rock spires are called, but they look really cool over there. I can feel the sand lumping on the balls of my feet. It's not so comfortable anymore. I'll have to dump my shoes out at the next aid station, wherever that may be. Starting to freak myself out again because I haven't seen anybody in a long time. But there's no way I'm not on the right path. There are footprints and there's a flag, so I think we're still good. But it's getting to the point where if I have to turn around and backtrack, it's going to be pretty discouraging. Oops, someone dropped a... So, we should be good. How cool is this? The views are starting to open up quite a bit. I'm not sure if the camera's picking it up, but with the sky being so clear as it is, you can see very far off into the distance. Oop. Finally some downhill, but still through sand, so look how pretty those bushes are. Yeah, this is super cool. Alright, I see a runner up ahead, so I am not by myself. Unless we're both lost. Now there's a couple runners, so I think we're good. Still feeling good. I'm not trying to go fast. I'm trying to conserve as much energy as possible. I would love to finish this race and not feel like I'm about to die. Every long race I've had, I felt like that. Usually anything above like 16 miles, even on like just a training run, for whatever reason, I don't feel good after. I think it's nutrition and hydration. So I've been trying to take in more water and snacks on this race than I typically would. And I still feel like I have a lot of energy, so far it's working. That red sand cluster, just framed by the sky and the rocks around it. So pretty. It's a cool looking tree up ahead. It's like the terrain's changing, going from thick sand to hopefully more compacted dirt. It'll be easier to run on. Because this is brutal. Oh yeah, this feels much better. Much better. I'm not sure what this white colored stuff is on the ground. It's kind of neat. Don't throw a puddle. This is kind of cool. Smells like manure. So I'm sure there's wildlife around here somewhere. Oh, that's gorgeous. Look at that. Wow. Amazing. This does not look like fun. I'm gonna walk this out. So we just stopped at an aid station. I got to empty out my shoes again. There was a res dog that was there, and I was petting. I was trying to get him on video, and he ran off.
Low power.
Low power. Sorry, I got more batteries. But he was a cool dog. It's weird to see, you know, when people live out here. It's crazy. It's surreal to walk through this. Well, walking now. I've been running for about 11 and a half miles. Hi. There he was. Good old res dog to lift the spirits. So we are running towards this massive spire. It's got to be at least 600 feet. At least.
Low power.
I'll have to change batteries soon. But man, how cool is this? So I think we follow these flags and then it loops around. Not positive, but I see a runner up there, so I can assume I'm on the right path. Wow. Maybe not 600 feet, but I'd say like 4 or 5. And I'm trying to compare it to like roller coasters. So I'm thinking Top Thrill Dragster at Cedar Point is 420 feet. It's about that. Super cool. All right, I'm gonna change batteries. I'm walking up this hill for what seems like forever. But we're almost to the top. Means I'm gonna bomb it going down. It's gonna feel great. Just a little more.
About a mile, 12 and a half.
Low power.
I know I have low power. So we just are pretty much on top of the world up here.
Go.
You too.
Yeah, good job, you. It's funny, there's such a stark contrast between like the transcendent nature of this environment with the like so human, like marathon,
Yeah,
I don't know, construct or something. It's like, it's kind of goofy,
for sure.
but I don't know, it's fun.
I mean, places like this feel like they're just otherworldly.
Yeah.
And then here we are.
Yeah.
What are we doing? You know?
Yeah.
So we're finally back on some flat, solid ground. Man, the uphill climb up that sand took a lot out of me. So I started to cramp up a little bit ago, but I took some salt tablets, so should help. But it feels good.
Low
Not
power.
trudging through sand. I know I have low power. I figured I'll just use this battery until it dies, and then I'll change it. So I don't know exactly how much time is left. But more than halfway through the race, so logically, even if I change batteries now, I shouldn't run out of footage. Because I just want to have enough juice to film the finish line. I was talking with a guy back there just about how ridiculous it is for us to be in a place like this, you know, and you want to talk about feeling small. You come to a place like this and you just look up at these giant cliffs, boulders and rocks and just otherworldly things, you know, or you go to a place like Grand Canyon where it's just this seemingly never-ending hole in the earth. But that doesn't make me feel small. That makes me realize how big God is. And that's what it's about. You know, they always show these pictures of space, you know, these galaxies and nebulas and, you know, this planet that's 250 trillion light years away from this planet that could possibly have human life. And it's like, all that stuff is designed to make you go, wow, we're nothing, we're insignificant, we're a speck that's on a floating rock spiraling aimlessly through outer space, and none of it matters. We're all here by accident. That's what that stuff's designed to do. And it's like, that's not it. It's not it. And sometimes you need to come to a place like this and look at these magnificent structures, and it's like, no, this place is not insignificant. It's not by accident. It doesn't mean nothing. It's all about God. Spearhead Mesa. So we're back on the main Valley Drive, which I guess is why the dirt's a little harder now, which is good. It's like, I get it. I used to love looking at space pictures. I used to spend hours just scrolling through stuff on the internet. It's like, none of it's real. It's all CGI. But this is real. And when I come out here, I feel connected to God. And that means you're not insignificant. This is not insignificant. It matters. Everything matters.
Low power.
I'm about 15 miles in. Definitely hitting a wall. I think it was that big hill through the sand to get to that overlook. So at this point, just gotta keep moving. Ooh. And perfect timing, aid station. So I actually decided not to stop at that aid station, just because I've made the mistake in the past of eating and drinking too much. So I'm just gonna fight through this bonk. I did change my camera battery though, so I don't have to hear that annoying low power every time I start a video. Beautiful day. The blue skies just make it that much better. It was very cloudy in the morning, which made for a pretty sunrise, but I'm glad to see the blue skies against these red rocks. So I think this goes up here and then just loops around back to that aid station that I just passed. So I've actually driven up here before. I was here with my mom last time she came to visit. Took her to this point. I think this just loops. It's not very... This course could have been marked better. There's been a couple of spots where it's been confusing. But what are you gonna do? You want to talk about wide open views? That's it right there. I had to stop and get a iPhone picture. Breathtaking. Stuff like that'll give you a second wind. So I feel a little bit better. Also going slightly downhill now, so that helps. There's just nothing like this place. So I just refueled a little bit at that aid station and dumped all the sand out of my shoe again. So we got a nice downhill chunk for a little bit, so I'm starting to feel a little better. Working through that bonk. You always have those in the long races. You just gotta push through it. Eventually you'll feel better again. There's the three sisters. Saw those at the start of the race. So we are at about 16.5 miles. So this is going to loop around one of these rock formations called the Window, I think he said. So it's going to loop around there, then come back around, and then that'll be the home stretch after that. So we're getting there. Hi, buddy.
Oh, how are you feeling?
Good boy.
You got one more loop around here, but you can take on the road.
This Res dog likes me.
About 3.5, 4 miles back to here.
He smells
And about 3.5,
shady.
4 miles back to the top. Yes. It's only about that far from here. Only about that far.
So that Res dog took off. Trying to catch up to it. I need him to be my motivation. I don't know if it's someone's pet or what. There's no collar on it. It's friendly. So we're basically looping around the Valley Drive, and then before, where the half and the full split, and the full marathoners went to the right to go into the backcountry, we're going to stay straight this time, loop back around. So we're basically just following this Valley Drive all the way around, which is nice because this is a lot easier to run on than that thick sand in the backcountry. Slowly catching up to it. It's nice to have a slight downhill too. My legs need it. I'm hurting, but you're getting through it. Might take this long sleeve off. The sun's beating down on us now. Feels good. They said that the first time they had this race, I think this is the 5th year or something like that, but they said it snowed the first year. So I'm very glad that we have a day like today. Dog is going. I can't gain any strides on it. I'm gonna have to get it to stop somehow if I want to run with it. Alright, I'm gonna try to catch this dog. Hey buddy. Hi. Hey bud. Hey. Come here. Come here. It's okay. Come here. Hey buddy. Hey, let me pet you. Come here. Hi, buddy. Oh. Oh. Caught up to the dog. Hey, you wanna run? Hey, bud, come here. Got my running buddy. He's faster than me. Darn it. I can't keep up with him. Not at mile 19 or whatever it is I'm at. Bye. There he goes. Wish my legs felt like that right now. So this guy stayed with me at that rest stop, waited for me to drink water and have a snack, and as soon as I started running, he took off with me. Good little dog. It's funny. We're getting there. Slowly, but surely. In about 3 hours, 45 minutes. So, I don't know if I'm going to quite finish in the 4-hour range. It might be low 5s. Which I'm fine with. And this race for me was more about the experience than getting a good time. So, hard course. Very hard course. But we'll finish. And apparently for the marathon runners, they have free massages after the race at the finish line. So that'll be nice. So I've been incorporating a new strategy with running. I used to have to listen to music, but I don't really listen to it anymore. Like, I have headphones in just to have them, but I haven't listened to anything on this whole run. The idea being, they're usually pretty amped up at the start of races. So it's like, why would you use music then? You know, I like to save it until around this point where I need a little extra motivation. So I'll probably throw some music on here in a little bit to get me through the end of the race. There's some horses up there. A couple more dogs. What a cool place. John Wayne Trail. Very cool. A lot of movies filmed here in Monument Valley. A lot of the old westerns especially. But Forrest Gump filmed here. This scene where he's running. What does that say? Oh, no hiking. Yeah, where he just runs and runs across the country. The scene where he stops, he turns around, he's just like, I'm tired. I want to go home now. That's at Monument Valley. So that stretch of road out here is called Gump Highway. So it's pretty cool to drive down. But you can see why so many movies are filmed here. It's just gorgeous, gorgeous area. All right, I'm gonna sign off for a little bit and get some more miles under me, and then I'll check back in when I'm near the end. I'm starting to feel like Clark Griswold in the movie Vacation, where he's running through the desert after he crashed his car, which was actually filmed here, funny enough. Sorry, got some music in. We are approaching mile 20. So they say marathon has 3 parts. The first 10 miles, second 10 miles, and the last 10 miles. So that's where we are. I actually think the second is the hardest, but these last 6.2 can for sure feel like 10. So I just want to get through this loop, and then the end will actually be in sight. I'm listening to new music that I wrote. Just trying to think of different tweaks I can make and stuff like that. But I have a lot of new stuff I've been working on slowly but surely. It's all good. That last song that just ended, it's pretty sick. One of my favorites. But I'm gonna keep it to myself for the time being. What do we got here? Sand Spring. All right, time to get serious. The dog found me again. I don't feel terrible, all things considered. Like my legs are sore, but it's to be expected. I'm not really winded. I'm just reaching the point where I want it to be done. Now the dog can't keep up with me. It's funny. He's gonna follow me all the way to the finish line. Poor guy. The sky just gets bluer and bluer. It's gorgeous. So, just finished that loop. 22 and a half miles. We are on the home stretch of this marathon. Look how awesome the sun looks over the Three Sisters and the rest of the rock formations. This is downhill too, so, well, for now, the last half mile is going to be straight up, which is going to be awesome. But the end is in sight. Met a really nice couple from Durango, Colorado, and we were all talking with each other for the last couple of miles. It's a nice distraction from the pain, but this is their first marathon, and this is not an easy course for your first marathon. So kudos to those people. So I feel good for the moment. I'm sure there's going to be one other bonk for the end, but I've got a nice burst of energy right now, so I really just wanted to get through that loop. And that way the end is within reach, finally. So I don't know if you can see where those vehicles are parked up there, kind of where the Three Sisters are. There's a really cool lookout point, and you can pay $5 or $10, I forget. But you can pay, you can get on a horse, and the horse will take you off to the overlook, and you get your picture taken with that in the background on a horse, just like the old westerns. So it's a pretty cool thing to do when you're here, you know. Good profile pic material if you're into that sort of thing. Feels good to be going downhill on a solid surface. So I'm at about 4.5 hours. I have 3.5 miles to go, roughly. I mean, if I was fresh, I could probably make it in under 5, but not 23 miles into a race. I'll probably end up finishing at like 5:10 or 5:15, which is fine. It's about what I expected. So they opened the road back up to pedestrians. They had the road closed from, I think, 8 in the morning until 2 p.m. But they opened it back up a little bit ago. Just fine. This has been an awesome day. Perfect weather. Perfect skies. It's amazing scenery. And that backcountry spot was so cool. Getting to run through some of the villages on the res. Getting to go up to that lookout point where you just feel that you can see everything. It was awesome. But I am looking forward to that free massage at the finish line and eating some real food at the finish line. So I'm gonna put the camera away, power through these last couple of miles, and I will check in when we are close to the finish. So I'm at mile 23, hitting another wall like I thought I would. Well, thankfully, I have the secret weapon. So you've heard of 5-hour energy, heard of 6-hour power, 7-hour whatever. How about some eternal energy? Yeah? Can't beat that. That's what's gonna get me through to the end. So, eternal energy consumed. 2 miles to go. Got this. Of course, the last bit is all uphill, but it's alright. Eternal energy. Vitamin B12 in that thing is like 20,833%.
Low power.
So, down one of those, you're good for like 7 months with B12. So I guess I have low power. So I'm gonna power this off until I get to the finish line. So I'll see you then. We're almost out of the valley. Last like 3 miles. All uphill. But I think we are nearing the top. Which means the finish line is right there. Oop. See people.
Low power.
I know I have low power. Alright. I have a little bit more than I thought, so I don't want this to die before crossing the finish line. So I'm gonna sign off. Until then. Final stretch. I think the finish line's just straight ahead. I don't know if it loops around or not. Yeah, straight ahead. That last bit was brutal.
Low power.
Thank you. Walking back to the cabin. Got my medal. Got a massage. Got food. Feeling pretty good. Don't feel like I'm about to die. So, which is good. Because my last 2 long races felt like I was gonna die. But that was it was an awesome race. My only complaint was there were a few spots where it wasn't really marked very well. But you'll have that when you're running through backcountry, especially.
Low power.
But other than that, it was a perfect day here at Monument Valley. So I'm looking forward to seeing how these videos turned out. And I hope you enjoyed watching it. Get out and explore.